Welcome everyone to Bonifabcustom. Today I'm going to be building and showing you how I build a utility trailer. Now this one's going to be a big utility trailer and it's all going to be made out of aluminum. Now let's start off with making some sketches and then let's get right into the build. Now this trailer is pretty big. It's going to be, well, the main box is going to be approximately 16 feet long and 7 feet wide, and it's going to be dual axle, and I'm going to use torsion axles for this, and typical tongue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little sketch, like a 3D sketch of it, and after I do that, for a lot of these trailers and custom trailers I build, I like to do it on CAD. Make sure all the dimensions, all the cuts, get all that stuff figured out on CAD, just to be sure so I'm not scrapping any material, making sure that the axles are drawn in right so I have that balance between where the axles are and where the front and where the ramp is going to be. So I'll just do a little sketch right now and then I'll get it right into the CAD. Got a preliminary sketch, what pieces I need and what I'm going to make, what I'm going to actually use to make my CAD drawing, because that's going to give me the specifics of the measurements, where the axles are actually going, the distance between the axles, and the distance between all these cross members, and the lengths of everything. It's just a lot easier to make it on CAD because you can always change things, see how things fit together, and then I can take that and make a cutting list basically of all the pieces I need to cut, get ready before I start assembling. So let's get into getting that CAD drawn. Okay, so this is the top view of the trailer, and you can see that compared to my drawing. This is a 3D drawing, and all I'm doing with this CAD is measuring, or it's going to give me the measurements of everything. So the distance between the pieces, the distance between the uprights for the outside of the trailer, and the overall length of, say, the main beam that's going across. I like to build these trailers with the main support, or the main beam, going right through to the tongue, and then it's supported on both sides here. So you can see the distance between where the axle is from here, from the front to the first axle to the second axle, the distance between each one of these lengthwise beams, and the outside. So now I have all these measurements. Now I can start cutting some material and laying it all out in the shop. So now I just laid out some of the tubing here just to kind of mock up the size of what it's going to be. So it's again, it's 7 foot by 16 foot, the deck, and I just want to make sure I have some room here. So now I know that I have some room to move around. I'm going to start cutting the lengths, putting it together, and kind of making sure it's all squared up, level, and then I can tack it together. So finally got the whole trailer frame all TIG welded, main frame and like all the cross members and everything. And now I'm going to start, because I flipped it over, this is actually the top side now. I'm going to start doing the two side rails and the front rail. And if you haven't seen it already on the plans, these are a 2-inch diameter tube with a 3/16 wall, aluminum, and I coped them all. And you can see I have all the pieces there. And I'm going to start with placing them all on one side here. And then I'm going to put the top rail on, put some clamps on, and then I'm going to start putting the center bar inside there. And after I have the whole thing all set up, I'm going to start tacking it all together, and then I can completely weld it. Okay, I got one of the sides on, and you can see it's fitted up. Now I used the cross members just as a spacer, so they're going to actually be up here somewhere, about 12-inch from the bottom. And I'll start fitting that up, those cross members to the right location, so I can tack it completely. So now I have the frame all done, basically welded in, and now I started with the sides, the side rails of the trailer. All of it's coped, put in, and tacked. Now it's ready for the hard part of welding it all together. And I'll do that next week on my other video of putting the second part of this trailer together. Thanks a lot for watching Bonifabcustom as we're building this custom aluminum trailer step by step. Thanks for all your support, and don't forget to push that button for more notifications, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you later on with the next part of this video.